Man, Christmas is one of those times you look forward to, and you look forward to it being gone.
Man, we're all excited. This is the first time we're going to have the whole family together on our new farm in Kansas.
Well, I finally made it up to Kansas, and I hear there's a lot of big deer there.
There's Monk.
Man, we finally get it to come together for Kristen, and he's down. We got him.
Well, I got my first Kansas buck. Pretty excited.
This evening, it's Ranger and I's turn, so we're hoping that we can go ahead and finish it out this evening.
It looks like things are finally lining up. He comes back out, and I've got a spike in the way.
Had to be patient. That spike just kept flanking it. Finally, Missy gets the shot.
Oh, right behind the shoulder blade.
We're going to get that baby tonight.
Good job, baby.
Just got us a place here in Kansas, and man, this is just a sample of what we got coming next year. We got it going on here at WallhangerTV. Stick around and see what's next.
In Lizard Creek, Louisiana, we were brought up being taught that nothing comes before God, family, and hunting.
We're not trophy hunters. Fact is, we love time spent with family.
Mama found her deer.
Yeah, Mama.
Girl, double lunged him. I'm proud of where I come from. I'm proud to say I'm a hunter.
And I want to pass those traditions on to my kids.
Yay!
Wallhanger down, baby. Yes, indeed. This is WallhangerTV.
I can't believe how fast this hunting season has flown by. Christmas has already come and gone. Chris and his whole family tagged out in Kansas. It's already January. We're talking late season now.
Yeah, December had been a great month for everybody on the Wallhanger crew, but things had finally settled down a little bit. We got through the busy part of the year between Christmas and some of the trade shows and stuff we have to go to. Well, deer season's still open. It's January, it's late season, and I'm fired up trying to keep a streak alive, so I'm gonna get back on the road.
After spending some time at home, Dana decided to stay while Chad headed to Uncle Chris's farm in Illinois with hopes of some late-season luck.
Man, I love hunting Illinois, especially on the Mississippi River bottom, and lucky for me, Uncle Chris has a farm there and lets us hunt it. And he actually killed a really fine 8-point earlier in the year. Other than that, it's been pretty slow, and they've been spending most of their time in Kansas. So it's the last week of the deer season up there, but I've already had an opportunity to hunt this year. A few weeks prior to that, we only had a couple days, and we were stopping by on the way home or on the way to another hunt, and just the weather was horrible, man. I mean, we saw a few deer, but the weather storm set in on us, and there was a lot of snow and ice. Mainly the ice is what made things really tough on us. And but I seen enough to know that it would be worth my time to get back up here if I could fit a hunt in before the end of the season.
Chris took the time to put in some honey hole, and man, I mean to tell you, they are killing it.
Got a lot of ice on the ground and in the trees, but we're gonna go give her all we got this evening.
Daylight movement was minimal as the herd hunkered down in their bedding areas, waiting for the weather to break. Chad gave it his best efforts, only to end this trip unsuccessful.
Well, we had a pretty good trip to Illinois, but it's time to hit the road again.
It's now the second week of January, and experienced hunter Chad Wall is rolling back into Illinois to hunt the 9th inning of the season.
Well, we headed up to Illinois last week of the season. Uncle Chris and them said it ought to be worth it. They got a lot of shooters up here to go after, so they got a little front that's pushing through right now, and it ought to blow out today. And hopefully we make it in time to be in the woods this evening, be in the stand. We got to go make a quick scouting trip when we get there, kind of check and see where we want to hunt. But we're excited, man. I mean, it's cold, and these deer are kind of focused on the food sources right now. So it's been a long season, but we're trying to finish it strong in Illinois. We should be in the stand here in a few hours. So.
WallhangerTV is brought to you by Elite Archery. Respect the game. Reconics. See what you've been missing. Gator Tracks Boats. Making waves where the competition can't. Mossy Oak. It's not a passion. It's an obsession.
Scott Archery, everyone's #1. Ozonix, scent control that works. AmmoToGo.com, your one-stop shop for all your ammo needs. G5, designed to hunt. Antler King, bigger bucks, healthier deer. Hunt Force, find your game. Angle Coolers, a legend in reliability. Code Blue, potency protected.
This segment has been brought to you by Reinhardt, the best archery target in the world, and by the new HSS Elite by Hunter Safety Systems. Saving lives is what we do. Shortly after arriving at camp, Chad wanted to do a quick recon mission. Knowing the wind was right, he was able to slip into the Antler King honey hole plot in search of fresh sign left from a hungry deer herd.
Man, it is very obvious they are tearing this honey hole patch up. A lot of tracks in here. Man, I'm excited about this. It might not look much to the naked eye, but these deer are in here. Take these turnips, I mean, I don't know if it's just the cold weather, it gets them like that late in the year and they get sweet, that's what I've heard, but for a late season food plot, man, you can't beat this. I mean, they are just pounding this plot. They've got it muddy out here. There's so many tracks on top of tracks. That's exciting, man. You wonder why you get out in July and plant something for January, but trips like this is when it pays off. I think we're definitely gonna come hunt here this evening. It's a good setup because we've got a big tall ladder and a big oak here. We don't have much cover this time of year, but that spot's gonna give us a little bit, and the wind's still perfect to hunt this evening. This front's blowing out, temperature's dropping about a minute, so I'm excited, man. We should have a good hunt. We ought to definitely see some deer. Seeing a shooter might be something different, but we ought to definitely see some deer.
Man, the way things are starting to look, that honey hole looks like it's gonna pay off.
This late in the year, and you guys in the Midwest especially are experienced with this, there's no leaves on the trees hardly. The woods are wide open. It is so hard to hunt in the mornings, and it's so hard to hunt in the woods. And that's one good thing about Uncle Chris's farm, and one thing he's done a great job with over the years is putting in the year-round work it takes to keep food sources on your property. And the reason you do it is for the success all year, but especially in late season. I knew he had the food sources here. He's got one plot in particular. It's an Antler King honey hole plot that does great all year, but man, it really comes to life when this weather starts really getting cold. So I know where we got to hunt. The weather's good for it. We just got to hope the right buck steps out.
It was clear that the herd was keying in on the turnip plot. Chad knows this spot holds the highest percentages of killing a mature buck tonight. He readies himself, knowing the first time in on a late season hunt can sometimes be the best.
We finally got settled in. Good news is that front made it through. The bad news is it's windy. It's pretty gusty sometimes between gusts. It's not too bad, but what we're doing this evening, we got back on this Antler King honey hole plot. They're slamming these turnips and stuff here. I mean, they're killing them. Uncle Chris and Missy was up here last week, saw several nice bucks, so we know there's a lot of shooters on the farm. We just gonna have to be patient. We got about 4 days to be here. Game plan's real simple. We're just gonna focus on food, you know. And Uncle Chris did a lot of work early season to get a lot of food on the place, so we're feeling pretty good about it. It's probably upper 20s, lower 30s right now with the wind blowing, so.
This segment has been brought to you by the Barnett Razor, Razor Light, Razor Fast, and by Mojo Motion Decoys. Join the revolution.
The Bone Buster Combo Pack and Black Rack Rattling System give us everything we need to be deadly in the woods. The Flexstone Black Rack Rattling System is the only system of 2 full racks. That and the Bone Buster Combo Pack is a deadly system. Man, I know sometimes late season like this, the farm hadn't been fooled with in a little while. This could be our best evening slipping in here. We get in there and sure enough, it didn't take long and these deer are moving already. We've already got some small bucks and a couple does moving into the food plot.
And these deer moving pretty early today. We had 4 or 5 deer cross this field down here. Actually got another deer that's just come out on the edge here feeding. That's a pretty good sign because it's still pretty early. Man, this temperature's dropping fast. I think yesterday it was around 50. Tomorrow's high is supposed to be like 26. I think it's gonna be in the teens tonight, so it ought to have these deer up and feeding and hopefully we're where they want to be. I mean, Chris has done a good job on his farm to put a lot of different options for food, but we feel like we're on one of the best ones right now. We just got to get him up on his feet and get him out here before dark.
Man, this hunt is almost unbelievable. We put in so much time and hard work throughout the year and don't see a lot of results a lot of times. Here it is, the first evening back to Illinois, and I've got a group of bucks. One buck in particular looks to be old enough to take, and they're coming right down the middle of this Antler King plot like they have read the script.
Hey, there's 2 or 3 bucks coming in right here. That one looks to be pretty nice. If it comes in here, we're probably going to take it if he'll give us a shot.
Man, we are in the middle of these deer. I mean, we've got bucks and does in the food plot, and they're coming right by in front of our stand, which is actually only about 30 yards across the whole thing. So some of them are coming through halfway, and we're trying to get on the right buck, and I'm trying to, my camera guy's got to get moved around, and I've got to get drawn back on this buck all the while without getting seen by some of these other deer or detected. It is very intense, but I feel like we got the buck where we want him at.
Man, wouldn't you know it, the first day back on the hunt again, and I'm not with Chad, and he's got a big buck walking in the bow range.
Sight of him, but he's down. I seen him wobbling going out. Couldn't be worked out better. We knew where these deer were at. They've been killing these turnips in this honey hole, brought them in, man. Sometimes you wonder if all that hard work in the summer pays off, but it pays off. It has had them deer coming in here. It was a lot of bucks together. But that was the only mature buck with the group. The other deer were kind of young.
Man, what an incredible hunt. Travel 12 hours like that to make a hunt count because you know what's there. all the pieces come together to have an amazing hunt. Got a good shot off on this buck. I can't wait to get down and go see him.
Like Wallhanger TV on Facebook to follow Chad and Dana all year with a chance to win gear seen on the show.
High Mountain seasonings are an easy way for us to make jerky and snack sticks out of our game. And I know I can trust High Mountain.
Best of all, it's fresh, easy to make, and tastes great. To find High Mountain seasonings in your area, go to highmtnjerky.com. The Pile Driver by Wild Game Innovations is a revolutionary feeder that keeps your feet dry and piles it high. The auger delivery system is designed to make your powder last up to 60 days and keep deer coming around, producing big bucks in the field and on the ground. Check out the Pile Driver and other great products at wildgameinnovations.com.
We're gonna ease out here and look at this arrow. I mean, I feel like it's a double lung, no problem in recovery, but we're gonna look at the arrow and check the sign on it before it gets dark, and then probably wait till it gets a little bit later and go track him. That blood will be easier to see with the light. This done got kind of hazy right now. We're right at 35 yards, so it's gonna be somewhere out in here. There it is right there. That's where it's at right there. Got a lot of blung blood and a turnip leaf. That's perfect. You can't ask for nothing better than that. We didn't even look at the shot. I feel like, we knew it was a good double lung. I got a good look at the arrow going through him, but man, I tell you, he's bleeding so much. We might ease on in there a little bit. It's getting pretty late anyway, but I think a blind man could follow that blood trail.
Man, look, Chris's place has some bad hills and bottoms, and that buck's heading right towards one of them.
All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's some pretty bad hills on this place. We got the blood where he left the trail, and I'm hoping he cut back toward the buggy and not off in this big ravine. We're gonna have a long night getting him out of here. I'll take him either way, but it'd be nice if he took a left in here.
I just hope this G5 broadhead can shut this buck down before he falls off on that bottom.
The Joker probably went down in this draw. You can see where he's kicking these limbs and a lot of blood coming through here. Good night, look at all the blood. There ain't no way he's very much farther. He either stopped right here or dropped a lung, one or the other. Looks like he dropped a lung to me. There he is right there. Boom, baby. There he is. Illinois buck down. Man, it's the first deer I killed in Illinois in a while. Just a good clean 8, you know. Chris told us, he said, look, they got a lot of shooters up there. There was one big deer and several of these, 130-inch 8 points. He said it was shooters and on the shoot list or on the shot list. We come up here, man, and first evening back, we just got back today. It's getting toward the end of the season. Not many people's in the woods anymore. It's the last week of Illinois' deer season. We're up in January already, so our season is almost over also. We've got one more trip to Alabama that we're gonna do with Dana and one of the nieces, and that's gonna be it for Wallhanger TV. It's been an incredible fall, a lot of ups and downs, and today is a good day. This evening was a great hunt. It was a phenomenal hunt. Had a lot of deer. Just blessed to be here and blessed to be holding a good Illinois buck, man. And we get to get him out of here without having to haul him up on Mount Everest. It's not gonna be too bad getting out either, so we're gonna get him tagged up and get him out of here. It takes so much preparation and so much work throughout the year to make something like this come together. Number one, Uncle Chris was planting his honey hole plot back in August.
Chad executed the plan perfectly. After one evening of hunting Illinois, this trip he was able to tag a January buck.
Man, I tell you what, we brought some big deer to the house off of Honey Hole.
This particular hunt, I'm glad it pulled off the way it did, but we had a good wind for the food plot, but actually where the deer were coming from was downwind out from the bottom behind us. So it's really important to stay on top of your scent control, make sure you're spraying down, use your ozonics. Sometimes they can be very skittish. These deer have been hunted for several months in a row, so you really have to be on top of your game.
Well, Chad got a buck down, and now he can get his buck back home to Louisiana to his girls.
Got to give thanks out to Uncle Chris for letting us hunt his farm. You know, it's an incredible place to hunt in the Midwest, and that'll pretty much wrap up another awesome year in the Midwest for us. But we still got some hunting left to do, but we'll be heading south to finish up the season.
Made it to Alabama for Taylor to hunt. Hopefully get her a buck this evening. We're gonna take us a quick shower and try to get ready and get in the woods. We got Pawpaw in there babysitting this evening, so.
It's my first trip to Alabama.
Don't you forget your mama.
Hey, look at Pawpaw.
Hey, Mom.
I got the message.
Yep, I shot one.
Did you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know how hard it is to come to Alabama and kill a deer on the first day?
WallhangerTV is brought to you by Elite Archery, Respect the Game, Reconics, see what you've been missing, Gator Tracks Boats, making waves where the competition can't, Mossy Oak, it's not a passion, it's an obsession, Scott Archery, everyone's #1, Ozonix, scent control that works, AmmoToGo.com, your one-stop shop for all your ammo needs, G5, designed to hunt, Antler King, bigger bucks, healthier deer, Hunt Force, find your game, Angle Coolers, a legend in reliability, Code Blue, potency protected. Support also provided by these sponsors.